author Tillery here, the Mistress of Horror, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, how about you press that subscribe button, give this video a like, and ring that bell so you know when I'm uploading new videos. This is the beginning of February, and I am bringing back the next episode of my book library tour. Finishing up that shelf that I didn't get to complete last year, and finally going to be continuing on to the books that's upstairs. But in this video, it's just going to be the last two shelves on that short bookshelf that was from continuation of last time. So welcome back to the book tour series. I'm actually in the middle of doing the Gothic Hearts reading challenge by Regina St. Clair, and my co-hosts Aphrodite Lee and Edie Lewis. We are reading around 5 books that are Gothic romance. We have categories for each one, and then the 6th category is a film that we are supposed to watch. So I am finished the 2nd book. I am a quarter way through the 3rd book, and my 3rd category, and I'm mixing them up, I'm not reading them in the order the categories are listed, but the 3rd category that I'm reading in right now is the 2000 and up Gothic romance category. And these books, I picked a duology, so I'm reading 6 books instead of 5, and the duology is very long. The first book is 666 pages, and the 2nd book is 700 and something pages. I can't remember the exact number of that one, but it is 700 and something. So I'm looking forward to reading this one because it sounds very interesting. The covers are fire. So that's the one I'm reading right now. I should be done in time. We have a whole month, the whole month of February. I should get done fairly early, to be honest, because I think these 2 books will take me the longest because they are the longest, but it also depends on my scheduling and timing. I'm doing pretty good right now. Since we just started, like February the 1st, and this is the 4th I'm recording this. So this releases on Sunday the 5th. But yeah, very well ahead. So I'm mostly reading a book a day as it stands. Well, one book I read in a day, the other book I read in like a day and a half. But besides that, and the other one was a novella, so it was only like 110 pages or something for that one. If you want to check out what the Gothic Hearts reading challenge is about, then check out that video. Either way, it's really fun, so I'm looking forward to that. Then I'm trying to actually finish early because I do need to get back into my writing projects, because I don't write my projects while I'm in the midst of reading. So I am on a pause for that. I did already, good thing, record most of my stuff for my vlog while writing in between that, which comes out the 2nd week of the month on Sunday. So I still will have footage for that, of course, but I probably won't be back to writing full time until the 3rd week, as I would imagine I'd be done by the 3rd week of this month for this, or sooner. I might finish next week. It really depends on how fast I get through these books. I just started reading the 1st book in the duology this morning, so I made a quarter way through before I had to take a break, but I'll be reading some more this evening, of course, so I can get at least halfway, maybe halfway done tonight. And then, you know, I would expect to finish that one by this weekend is up at the latest, finish by Monday, and then start on the 2nd duology. I still would have 2 books after that, but that's fine. It is what it is. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know what I was up to before we get into the book tour. So see you in the end of it. Hello, everyone, and I'm finally back for my book tour series. Happy New Year. We are now in 2023. So where I left off is these 2 shelves, and I finished these 2. So we're down here to these 2 shelves. So these are the last 2 shelves on this short bookcase. I actually only have one more really big bookcase up here on my 1st level that I'll have to do, but we'll see when I get to that one because of the room that it's in. So I have to, it's a lot of paperbacks on that one, so that was going to take a while to do. So anyway, let's get started. So first up is a collection, a 6-book collection set by it's called Emily Wynne Snap, 6 Swishy Tales of Land and Sea. This has a bonus friendship booklet, which is really cool, and it's by Liz Kessler. And then 6 books. There are different sizes, obviously. You have book 1, called The Tale of Emily Winsnap. Book 2, Emily Winsnap and the Monster from the Deep. Third book, number 3, is Emily Winsnap and the Castle in the Mist. And then book 4, Emily Winsnap and the Siren's Secret. Book 5, Emily Winsnap and the Land of the Midnight Sun. And then book 6, Emily Winsnap and the Ship of Lost Souls. I haven't opened this one yet because I have not read it. It's a nice little box set for the 6 books. I'm quite sure that this is middle grade, actually. So I don't have many middle grade and YA books in my collection, but I still will read them if the story is good enough. So this is about mermaids and stuff, so I'm really interested in it. So follow half mermaid Emily Winsnap from home shores to distant oceans and hidden lands in these 6 enchanting tales. So this is like a really fun read, so I'm looking forward to checking that one out. All right, next up is Amanda Quick, The Third Circle, 8 Arcane Society novel. Then we have Anne River Seddon's Off Season. Next up is The Source Book, a Encyclopedia, Volume 5. Zoom in here a little bit. Monometallism to Provencal. So you zoom in down here, pages 1897 to 2360 in this set. I'll open it up for you so you can get to see inside. This is it opened up. Source Book, an international encyclopedia authority written from the New World viewpoint, prepared by over 200 authorities in the field of literature, art, and science. This is a 1930 edition. This is volume 5, so it's a set. I don't have the set because I did go to a lot of thrift stores and buy used books. So I'll have a lot of older books in my collection, which I'm always interested in older books. And you can see how the pages are older and things that are in here. See, this one has Neptune, Nero, so it's like different things. You got old pictures in here. So that's Napoleon. You can always like older stuff. It's just like the fading. It's really cool actually. So I'm always interested in that stuff. Alrighty, next up is Julia Garwood, Saving Grace. This one does not have a paper cover. I bought it used. This one is Mary Higgins Clark, You Belong to Me. Dorothy Bennett Frank, A Low Country Tale, Polly's Island. And we have Catherine Coulter, Hamlet Bay. Sydney Sheldon, Tell Me Your Dreams. Star Trek for you. The Return, a novel by William Shatner. That's right, he did some of the writing too, right? This one is a old binded type of book. It is Visualized Physicians, the Oxford Book Company. Well, this one's old, as you cannot tell by the style. I don't know what year this was published. 1957, I think it is. Yep. So this is a physician's book. So, like I said, I have a lot of different types of books in my collection. Educational ones as well. You have The Wafer Redemption, which was a very good book, by the way. Sarah Douglas, as you see, has damage on it because I've had it for, ooh, wow, I don't know, a good 18 years or so, if not longer. Judy Deverick's Legend. Next up we have Maybe Bench Evening Class. Then Mary Stewart, The Stormy Petrel. And we have Joanna Ross, Out of the Mist. It's a romantic story. Nora Roberts, Chasing Fire. One more on this shelf. Elizabeth Lowell, New York Times bestselling author, Running Scared, a novel of suspense. I like my suspense novels too. Alright, that takes care of that shelf. Alright, first on this shelf is the extra collection set of Miss Green's Peculiar Children. So it's 3 novels by Ransom Riggs. So it's the box set. This one is not my open set. All 3 of them. And they are Library of Souls, Hollow City, and Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which is the first book. Hollow City is the second book, and Library of Souls is the 3rd book. Alright. First pull out. Sarah Waters, The Little Stranger. This one does not have the paper to it. This is P.D. James, Innocent Blood. Then we have Charlene Harris, The Complete Sookie Stackhouse Stories. If you don't know about Sookie Stackhouse, that would be True Blood for those who only watch the show on HBO. This one does not have a paper cover. But this one is a series, actually. Lillian Jackson Brune, The Cat Who Dropped a Bombshell. When I was reading that, I didn't put the sleeve back on that one. I have it in my office. J.D. Robb, Divided in Death, which everyone knows is Nora Roberts. Daniel Steele, 5 Days in Paris. Christine Hetzman, A Rush of Wings. This is a typo down here if you couldn't tell. Thomas Kincaid, Like Posts for Living, The Art of Choosing a Joyful Life. Set that there so we can actually get in here and get these on. Julia Garwood again, Come the Spring. Copy of Nora Roberts, Remember When, as J.D. Robb. Now, this is one of my older books. This one is From the Viewpoint of the Saxon, The Wounded Knee Massacre, by James H. McGregory. Let me see what year this was published. This was published, reprinted in 1969. This is the 6th edition of this one. I've read this one before. It is an older book, if you could not tell from the style and binding. So yes. Jennifer Ashley, Mate Claimed. I like Jennifer Ashley's books. Very good author. Nora Roberts, Three Fates. This is one of my older collectible books. This one is called The Time of the Dragons. If this freaking focuses. The Viking Press. And you can barely see the author. This one, here's the author, Alice Eckert-Rolfs. I don't know how to say that because it is German, but I probably could work on it a little bit. This was translated from German by Richard and Claire Winston. So this is an older one, I believe 1958. Yes. The Viking Press, they called it. The name of the publisher. So 1958. Yeah, this is the second printing before publication. So yes, this is one of my older ones. I have lots of books that are really old, but some of my older ones I've mixed up in here in my non-really old books when I moved. So that's why this one's migrated up here. And we only have a few left. The next one here is another Sidney Sheldon, Windmills of the Gods. Another one without a paper covering, but this is Abigail by Jonah Durant. This one's a bit of an older book, romance. Ellen Tanner Marsh, Tame the Wild Heart. I'm sure this is probably like 80s or before. I think this is probably 80s or before. Let's see. This is, yep, 1988. I could tell because of the style of the romance novel cover. Alright, last book on the shelf is Best Loved Books for Young Readers. The Story of King Arthur and His Knights by Howard Play. I believe this one here, let's open this one up. Copyrighted 1989, but 1968 by Reader's Digest. So this was written in 1968, but this is the 1989 edition. So yes, older as well. That finishes out the last shelf on this bookcase. And I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the book tour. There's more to come in this series for this year. I'm actually moving, or well, possibly moving at the end, near the end of this year. So I plan on having all the rest of my books filmed before I move. So I'll be putting them out more regularly to get it done. There isn't a ton left, but there is still plenty left. I have all the ones in my library that's in my office to do. Plus, I have the one I mentioned that's upstairs in my daughter's old toy room or playroom to do. So, still a lot to record for this series. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tour and got to see some more of the books in my collection. I'm probably going to do, at the very end of this series, the books that I bought that were newer, because they aren't being placed on the shelf right now, because I literally do not have space on any shelves currently. So I will probably record those loads of books that I'm keeping kind of stacking under my office desk. That'll probably be the last video before I move. And I'll constantly buy books, so I'll be doing some book hauls probably once I move, which wouldn't be until near the end of the year. Nonetheless, that's what I have for you today for the book tour. And I'll see you in the next episode. Stay scared.